So I promised I was gonna release a video yesterday, but I forgot that Tuesdays tend to be my rather more busy days. So today's video could be a little lengthy, but I'm gonna go through as quickly as possible. Now there are three things I'm gonna talk about today, and first one is the Pixel 3. Next is the Huawei Mate 20 that was released yesterday. Announced yesterday. And finally, some very interesting news, which is a follow-up to some other news that I had predicted and I didn't really tell you guys. So okay, so let me just jump into it. First off, the Pixel 3. The Pixel event was very boring. I don't know, it felt like Google were just done. This was the most leaked device for like the longest time, and it was interesting. When we were watching the event, we were all holding our breaths, hoping that this wasn't the case, but yeah, we got what we got. First off, the Google Home Hub. I feel like it's very unnecessary. I feel like it doesn't really have a place, but that's my personal opinion. It's cheaper, but I feel like it isn't a necessary thing because it came at the same time as the Pixel Slate. And when I'm thinking about marketing, I feel like most people will be like, but it's the Pixel Slate. And it gets worse when the Pixel Stand transforms your Pixel 3 into a Home Hub. So it doesn't really make sense for me that the Home Hub exists, maybe because of a price variation. And I don't think there are many people who want one dedicated device for such a thing when they could have that exact same experience on their handheld device that they take around with them all over the place. But yeah, that's it. The Pixel Slate, well, the Surface Pro, that is the Windows Surface Pro 6, is killing it in the game. They've had 6 years to do this. They are very good at it. Microsoft is very good at it. And this hybrid Chrome OS thing, I don't know, Chrome OS has always felt like it's trying to attain a certain point but hasn't gotten there yet. So I don't know about the Pixel thing. I don't know if it's great yet. I haven't used it, so when I do get a chance to use it, I'll let you guys know. Finally, the Pixel 3. Everybody, you know everything about the Pixel 3. If you don't, I guess you have to check it out. I don't want to talk much about the Pixel 3, but here's the thing. When it comes to marketing or selling a device, you have to think about the average consumer. What would trigger the average consumer to buy something? Now, in studying the technology market, I have done quite a lot of studying about it. And when it comes to smartphones, you see that companies like Samsung and Apple know how to play this game. They've been doing this for a while, so they know how to play the game. For instance, the Note 8 and the Note 9, physically, there's not much of a variation. When you just look at it, there's not much of a variation. When you take the iPhone 10 and the 10s, there's not much of a variation when you just look at it. But these companies know that the average consumer is willing to pay money to upgrade if by just looking at the device, a person can tell that I have upgraded. That's the kind of thing that the average consumer wants, because I don't want to buy a new device and have to go on a long explanation why the device is new. Now that's where the Pixel 3 falls, because the Pixel 3 pretty much looks like the Pixel 2, except that the Pixel 3 XL comes with a notch, which makes it even worse. Now the Pixel 3 looks pretty much the same, but all its upgrades are predominantly software-based upgrades. The average consumer will probably not be able to explain that, and the Pixel 3 feels like a Pixel 2S, if you catch my drift. Now with Apple knows to play this game very well. That is why when it comes to the S modules, they normally drop one unique color that would when everybody sees that color, they'll be like, oh, this is the 10S, or this is the 7S, or this is the 8S. So with the 7S, I think they dropped the rose gold. With the 8S, I think, if I have this correctly, they dropped the product red for one of these devices. So they know how to play the game. They know how to pretty much give you the same form factor, but give you a particular feature that when anyone sees the device, or any average person sees the device, will be like, oh, you're on that new. So that's what Google lost out on. They made everything software. The software looks great, and the Google Pixel is called a Pixel for a reason. So the camera reviews are amazing. The pictures I've seen are amazing, and that's it. Now moving on to the Mate 20s. Now, though it released yesterday, I watched the event. It was interesting. Huawei came in swinging. It's like after watching the Pixel event, I kind of watched the Razer event. I didn't finish. It was at 1:30 a.m. I was kind of sleepy. But with seeing some of these events, and then Huawei comes in swinging, they have a lot of crazy stuff. They have the in-display fingerprint sensor. They have a lot of cool stuff. They have a nano memory. That's what they call it, nano memory card, so it's smaller than the micro SD. It's the same size as a nano SIM. They have face unlock now, 3D face unlock. They also have some AR capabilities, which are very interesting. The only issue I have with Huawei is that the EMU 9 skin that is running on Android 9, which is pretty cool, is, I don't know, I don't really like the way it looks, but I mean, I'm inclined to try it out. If I get my hands on the device, I will try it out. Moving on, the greatest innovation that they brought on board was definitely reverse wireless charging, and the logic behind that is that with the Mate 20 having a 4000 milliampere battery and the Mate 20 having a 4200 milliampere battery, it also running AI efficiencies to make battery use way better, and also Android 9, which also has its own battery efficiency programs and protocols. That means that this is a very power efficient device that has a lot of power. So why not share your power? So reverse wireless charging, as the name would hint at, is basically a feature or something you turn on the Mate 20 and 20 Pro that would make it able to charge other phones that have wireless charging capabilities. Like when I saw it in action, it was really, really cool. And yeah, Marquez did a first impression on it, and it was really cool. He didn't even have to put them together. There was this 1 centimeter gap between, and the devices started charging. Now, for the two devices, when they were being announced, there was one thing I realized, that was the fact that they kept comparing to Apple. I'm not much of an Apple fan, but this shows that Apple is the industry standard. If everybody is trying to throw you down, everybody is trying to compare how their thing is better than yours all the time, then you are the industry standard. It goes to show that Apple is the industry standard. Android fans, you may not like it, but it is what it is. Finally, the final news has to do with Android. And if you didn't know this, the EU fined Google for $5 billion for an antitrust fine. And if you don't understand the whole concept, it was basically the fact that the EU believed that Google put in Android with their stock features, such as the fact that Android stock default Android rolls on every phone with Google Maps, YouTube, Gmail, stuff like. You even have to have a Google account to be able to fully use your Android phone and all of that. They felt like it was diminishing competition in the industry, and that was an antitrust issue, so they had been fined. Google has gone on to appeal the fine, but news reaching me, and that I found out while scoring the internet, it was like yesterday Google came out to say something that I told a friend that Google would have to do, which is actually to charge phone makers for using Android. And it seems like it's only going to be European phone makers, but it seems that phone makers will have to pay for a licensing policy or a license that will enable them, that should they want to have these features like Google Maps and stuff come stock on their devices. And that means companies like Nokia, which I believe is a European brand, would be affected by this. Now, with this license fee, does that mean that it will translate to payments, that is the price of the device? Will we, the consumers, be affected by this? I don't know if the EU is playing this game right, because Android has always been open source. Those who want to put their stuff there have always put their stuff there. Samsung always has their stuff on the Android software OS, and it works. So this is it for today. I feel like this video has gone on a bit too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, any random thing you want to ask me, if it's a personal question you want to ask me, if it's even a tech question you want to ask me, you can reach me on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere, even in the comment section here, and I will look into it and I'll get you an answer. So I hope you guys have a great day. Catch you hopefully tomorrow. I don't know what I'm talking about yet, but hopefully tomorrow.